So we're thinking this week about how to minimize arguments with your partner. And I was speaking yesterday about not making big sweeping statements like always and never, and staying away from you statements and being much more concerned about expressing how you feel rather than being on the attack, if you like, with you always or you never statements. And today I'm thinking about tone of voice, which is something that sounds really simplistic, but can make such a huge difference. And we all know, don't we, that it's not the words that are said, but the way that it's delivered. And that is mostly down to tone and delivery. And so we can think about that in two ways. We can think about the intention that is behind the words that you're trying to say, and also the timing. So tone and timing, really. What is it you are trying to get over? So this might be either in the middle of a heated discussion before it gets to an argument, or it might be something that is just said and is interpreted wrongly by your partner, or if your partner is saying it, then interpreted wrongly by you. You might have a way of delivering, or your partner might have a way of delivering where it feels like it's confrontational. And it might not be confrontational, but it feels like it is confrontational. Or maybe it is deliberately confrontational because you're really pissed off about something and you are being aggressive in your delivery. Just by being really mindful of that, just by understanding, it could be even, I'm saying kind of like coming at it from a aggressive point of view. I've got a couple that I'm working with at the moment where one of them is really sarcastic, and I don't think even half the time she considers that she's being that sarcastic, but actually how her partner interprets it is that it is being condescending and like really quite scathing, cutting, like just cutting him off every time that he has anything to say. Her response just absolutely just cuts him dead, and he finds that incredibly annoying, and really fuels his anger and fuels the situation. So, there are loads of different ways we can interpret a tone or delivery, and there are loads of different ways that we can deliver the same thing. Now, I remember reading something like, this is a really, really, really simple way to think about it. I can remember doing an exercise where we had to read a statement, and it was literally like a 3 or 4 word statement. I can't remember what the sentence was, but it was something really generic. And we had to see how many different ways we could read that sentence and give it a completely different meaning. And I mean, I'm not joking. I think we probably came up with about 20 different ways for a 3 or 4 word sentence to mean completely different things based purely on how we said it. And that has always stuck with me, and I'm always so mindful about writing text messages and writing emails, because I know how easily they can be misinterpreted. And I get it wrong. Of course I get it wrong, because we all get it wrong sometimes. I come from I relate really to the aggressive one, because I say this in my group, my Happy and Fulfilled group. I talk about this all the time because I'm a really loud person, and I'm really loud and I'm really assertive, but I don't like arguing and I don't like confrontation. But I'm also a little bit deaf, and my hearing is getting worse as I'm getting older, which is tragic because I'm only 42, but I'm really aware my hearing is quite bad. And my husband mumbles. My husband mumbles. He won't have it that he mumbles, but he really, and it's not just me saying that because I'm a little bit deaf. Everybody says he really mumbles. So we're just like this really annoying couple that are constantly like going like, what are you saying? Say it louder. Stop mumbling. And he's just like, you can't hear me. And I'm like, I know I can't hear you. That's why I need you to say it clearly to me and stop mumbling. And all joking aside, it can really, really rapidly escalate into if we're both in a bad mood or we're both feeling agitated, that can change so quickly. And we both have to remind each other all the time, like, we are on the same page, we are on the same team, let's not do this. And it's just a really good example of how quickly things, really simple things that have no ill intention, can escalate. So if you're talking about something that is difficult, that is contentious, then you need to make sure that you are delivering it in a way that is helpful and that is not either aggressive or in any way demeaning, I suppose. Tomorrow we're going to have a think about listening and how we listen to each other and how we listen and what we hear. Okay, have a great rest of the day. I'll see you later.